At it again with a message from Uncle Trump. Hit that like button. All right. Really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. I would greatly appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up button. Okay. Comment down below your thoughts, your opinions. That helps out because it shows YouTube that people are engaging with the video. All right. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button below and join the family. All right. And, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come join the family too. An easy way to do that is hit the arrow button down below. You can copy the link to this video, share it anywhere you like. All right, share it anywhere you like. You can copy the link and post it in your text message, your Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, Twitter DMs, Instant Messenger. All right, text it to a neighbor or something. All right, maybe they want to see this. Okay. And let's dive in.
World War III has never been closer than it is right now. We need to clean house of all of the warmongers and America last globalists in the deep state, the Pentagon, the State Department, and the national security industrial complex. One of the reasons I was the only president in generations who didn't start a war is that I was the only president who rejected the catastrophic advice of many of Washington's generals, bureaucrats, and the so-called diplomats who only know how to get us into conflict, but they don't know how to get us out. For decades, we've had the very same people, such as Victoria Nuland and many others just like her, obsessed with pushing Ukraine toward NATO, not to mention the State Department support for uprisings in Ukraine. These people have been seeking confrontation for a long time, much like the case in Iraq and other parts of the world, and now we're teetering on the brink of World War III. And a lot of people don't see it, but I see it, and I've been right about a lot of things. They all say Trump's been right about everything. None of this excuses in any way the outrageous and horrible invasion of Ukraine 1 year ago, which would have never happened if I was your president, not even a little chance. But it does mean that here in America, we need to get rid of the corrupt globalist establishment that has botched every major foreign policy decision for decades. And that includes President Biden, whose own people said he's never made a good decision when it comes to looking at other countries and looking at wars. We have to replace them with people who support American interests. Over our 4 years in the White House, we made incredible progress in putting the America Last contingent aside and bringing the world to peace. And now we're going to complete the mission. The State Department, Pentagon, and national security establishment will be a very different place by the end of my administration. In fact, just into my administration, it'll be a very different place, and it'll get things done, just like I did 4 years ago. We never had it so good. We'll also stop the lobbyists and the big defense contractors from going in and pushing our senior military and national security officials toward conflict, only to reward them when they retire with lucrative jobs, getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Take a look at the globalist warmonger donors backing our opponents. That's because they're candidates of war. I am the president who delivers peace, and it's peace through strength.
That sounded like a shot at DeSantis, personally.
There was a reason we had
But I could totally be wrong about that. I could completely be wrong.
No conflict. There was a reason we didn't get into wars, because other countries respected us. I entirely built, all right from the beginning, rebuilt our military. It's a big reason for that. They didn't want to mess around with the United States, and now they're laughing at us. We could end the Ukraine conflict in 24 hours with the right leadership. At the end of my next 4 years, the warmongers and frauds and failures of the senior ranks of our government will all be gone, and we will have a new group of competent national security officials who believe in defending America's vital interests above all else.
He said with good leadership, it would be done in 24 hours. Wow. Wow. All right, Uncle Trump. All right. I also got a video from Tim Pool. Shout out to Tim Pool. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know who he is. I mean, the guy's channel is massive. 1.4 million. All right, 1.4 million. Timcast IRL. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know who Tim Pool is. But let's dive in.
We've got a new statement from former President Donald Trump. ALX tweets, Trump, World War III has never been closer than it is right now. Quote, take a look at the globalist warmonger donors backing our opponents. That's because they're candidates of war. I am the president who delivers peace, and it's peace through strength. I think he's taking a swipe right there at DeSantis. But I got to be honest, that's probably the most tactful swipe he could have taken.
So I'm not the only one that thinks that. Okay. That feels a little bit better. You know, I was like, man, I could be wrong about that, but that kind of sounded like another shot at DeSantis. But you know,
Ron DeSanctimonious, and they're trying to claim he called him Meatball Ron, which is way better. I got to be honest, Meatball Ron is better than Ron DeSanctimonious, but I don't think Trump said that. I think he denied it. But let me play a little bit of this clip from Donald Trump for you. Not the full thing, it's 4 minutes, but we'll give you part of his statement here. Stop the warmongers and globalists.
World War III has never been closer than it.
Yeah, I'm going to skip through part of this so that you guys don't have to watch it again, because obviously we just watched it. So,
And other parts of the world, and now we're teetering on the brink of World War III. And a lot of people don't see it, but I see it, and I've been right about a lot of things. They all say Trump's been right about everything. None of this.
They all say.
Thank you.
Who is they though?
Yeah, exactly, dude.
What's Trump trying to say?
I watched this video until that moment and shut it off earlier as well. Right after he said, "Quote: They all say Trump's been right about everything." This hyperbolic madness is not poised for office. I'm sorry, the guy's not stable.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Complete idiocy.
Well, listen, brother Crossland. When Trump says that they say he's been right about everything, because I'm sure you guys remember, I think I made a YouTube short on it, of the compilation of Trump saying, hey, if you guys elect this guy Joe, this is going to happen. And then a clip played of, exactly what he said was going to happen. Then it went back to Trump, and he said, hey, you're going to be paying $6-7 for gas. And then a clip of, somebody recording, $6-7 gas. And gas is going back up right now as we speak. So I think that's what Trump was meaning when he made that statement. So, Brother Crossland, I don't think that was a crazy statement, because I've said Trump was right about everything. As a matter of fact, I think that was the title of the short. Trump was right about everything, or Trump called it perfectly, or something along those lines. So yeah, that's what I think he meant.
To say that kind of thing, expect to be the president.
Excuse me, wrong.
Everyone says I'm the greatest at everything. Like, who the hell talks like that?
Trump does. Look, man.
No, it's a lie. That's not a true statement. He's a liar.
That is a true statement.
Hyperbole and lies are distinct.
Yes, hyperbole can be a lie as well.
I mean, Trump being boastful and talking like that is kind of something I would roll my eyes at. But I got to be real. With the East Palestine stuff, with seeing Joe Biden go to Ukraine, I'm like, I'm voting for Trump. Like Ron DeSantis has the tact. I'm voting for Trump.
Hold on, Tim. Don't say it under your breath. Say it loud. Say it proud, Tim. Say it proud, Tim. Ooh. Okay. Shout out to Tim Pool, baby. Shout out to Tim Pool. Yes, sir. Oh, I gotta replay that one more time. Tell him again, Tim. I'm right there with you, brother. You're not alone. Remember Trump said the silent majority? No, obviously I'm not silent. I can talk quite a bit, but he was right. Say it again.
With seeing Joe Biden go to Ukraine, I'm like, I'm voting for Trump. Like Ron DeSantis has the tact. He's got good policy. He's done great for Florida, but just like this was such an unnerving move that Joe Biden did with this Ukraine trip, it was like getting punched in the balls as hard as possible. And we need a bloviating braggart like Trump who really will go down to East Palestine if that's what it takes. Like I like Ron DeSantis, but he does, I don't know, man, I can't explain it. It's like Ron DeSantis has done a really good job. He's given us a lot of what we want. We've seen a lot of tremendous success, but he's a VP. He's a commander. He's a lieutenant. He's a number one. Donald Trump is the crazy guy who's like, get me a plane. I'm flying to East Palestine right now. And Joe Biden's the guy who says, whatever my boss tells me to do, I'll go do, and then gives away our money. And then Ron DeSantis is the guy who's like, yeah, we're going to do it right. We're going to fix it. We're going to get what people want. But that's a COO, not a CEO. Trump's a CEO. DeSantis is a COO. For those that understand corporate structure, you get exactly what I mean. The COO handles the directives of the CEO. The CEO, which is Trump, says, we've got to do this, make it happen.
It seems like
Then you get a DeSantis who understands and he executes.
It seems like a lesser of two evils argument. I don't really know how he's going to be able to separate himself.
That was pretty interesting from Tim. He said he sees DeSantis as basically a number two, right? Basically a number two, behind the CEO, which a lot of you guys had mentioned that in the comment section of a recent video. I forgot which video that was, but saw DeSantis as a VP under Trump, right? We have Trump as president, DeSantis as VP, which, wow. Just think about that for a moment. Think the two of them going at the left. Oh, not only would it be brutal, it would be hilarious. Because DeSantis don't, he don't take no BS. All right. If you say something crazy, he's gonna let you know, hey, you crazy. And obviously we know Trump, Trump takes no BS at all. Okay. He want all the smoke. So the two of them, whoa, that actually would be really, really good. Really, really good. That might be the best 4 years this country has ever seen. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. That literally would be the best president and vice president duo this country has ever seen. The best. The best. Which would suck because it would only get worse from there. You know what I mean? You can't reach that pinnacle again. Like, yeah, we can have DeSantis as president, but Trump will be done. After that, which sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway,
from the lockdowns. I mean, but again, lesser of two evils is something that some people go by. I've never.
I disagree with lesser of two evils, but
never been able to fall into that.
It's true. And a lot of people have, everybody says, they're all saying, how does Trump get past? He was a lockdown guy. Initially, he was the president. He wouldn't intervene in the states' decisions to keep states locked down. DeSantis did lock down initially as well. So I would rebut with that, I guess. Trump said we're going to shut down 15 days to slow the spread. DeSantis agreed. Then DeSantis reversed. Trump, as the president, didn't have the power to force states to do anything. Mm-hmm. Arguably, he could invoke some, emergency powers. When it came to the Summer of Love, he could have, invoked the Insurrection Act and shut down these riots. And if he did, could have prevented 30 plus deaths, which he should have done. But I'm just saying, man, based on his foreign policy, I am worried, as Trump points out. DeSantis does have these warmongers, these internationalists, these investment neocon establishment shills getting behind him. I'm not going to blame DeSantis for that. It's what he does with the money. But I gotta say, like, with the East Palestine situation, I'm not convinced that Ron DeSantis.
Also, before he continues on, I do want to make a quick point here. Well, may not be quick, but I understand, why Trump went the route that he went when the beer bug first appeared. Nobody knew what was going on, what was happening. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us, and obviously hindsight is always 2020. You know, there's a reason that's the saying, because we can always look back and be like, yeah, that was definitely wrong. We'll never do that again, right? Hindsight is always 2020. But it's also, I think a lot of people get confused when they say, oh, well, yeah, that was wrong, but they never truly put themselves in that person's shoes in that moment. I think a lot of us in that moment would have been like, well, I don't know what's going on. All I just keep seeing is bodies, you know, like, y'all remember? I believe at that time, the news had the ticker constantly of how many people had, you know, gotten put 6 feet under. Well, at that time, you know, they were showing the images of the freezers and whatnot, because the morgues were overfilled and all types of stuff, and people weren't allowed to, like, it was utter chaos, right? So, you know, I don't necessarily blame him completely 100% for, like, oh yeah, you know, 2 weeks, whatever, you know, we'll get back to it kind of thing. Because I think, in my honest opinion, I think 95% of people would have made the same decision. 95. Obviously now the sentiment is different for a lot of people, for most people. But at that time, in that moment, before all of this went down, I feel like 95% of people would have made the same decision in the moment. In the moment, right? Chaos, don't know what's going on, see a ticker, bodies, well, you know, all right, well, just 2 weeks, let's, you know, all right, cool. Even DeSantis agreed. The two people that I said would be the best leaders, and that a lot of us agree would be the two best leaders, they both agreed. Now, obviously, like you said, DeSantis walked it back, and obviously Trump walked it back later as well. But like I said, I feel like in that moment, 95% of people would have done the same thing. So I can't get mad at him for doing what I feel most people would have done in that moment. And what I feel is, kind of reasonable looking back on it. Obviously, I should say in the moment. Looking back, it was obviously the wrong decision. But in the moment, I understood because I'm putting myself in his shoes. Does that make sense? Let me know if that made sense to y'all. I know that was long-winded, but I wanted to fully explain myself, or at least try to, so that y'all weren't completely confused. Like, is he for lockdowns? Absolutely not. Wouldn't go for it ever again. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Okay? All right? Want to make that clear.
DeSantis would be a Trump in this regard. Trump is the guy who flies there and says, I'm going to visit these people. Biden's the guy who says, don't know, don't care, let them rot for all I care.
Facts.
It's surprising that every presidential candidate isn't going there, because it's like a requirement. You have to go there.
Not Nikki Haley either.
Right.
Trump was the one who announced he was going. I don't know if he did yet, but still, I'm like, I'll take it.
And I'm happy Trump did. No, that's what I call playing the game. You know, even with good intentions, which I'm sure Trump has good intentions, but that's part of what when I speak about playing the game, that's part of what I mean. Notoriety, you know, right? Getting in people's good graces. I'm sure there's some people on the left that live in the area that are like, oh, Trump's the only presidential candidate or president that's actually coming to see us. I'm voting for that guy. And I'm telling all my buddies and my pals to vote for him too. You see what I mean? Playing the game. Now, like I said, I'm sure Trump didn't have that in mind whatsoever. He just wanted to go show some love and some support. But it is a great PR opportunity. Just saying.
If that's what we get. My view of Trump is that there's probably a lot better people who could be president, but I really do feel like you're more likely to get a politician. You vote for Trump and you know what you're getting. And I think he really does like this country. I also think he's got an ego problem.
Do you know what you're getting, though? Because, you know, we heard a lot of love for WikiLeaks in the run-up to, you know, his presidency, but then, you know, nothing after he got elected. So he loves WikiLeaks when they're helping him. But
exactly. You know Trump is going to bloviate. He's going to say things that he think will work for his base, and there's no guarantee that happens. But you do know he wants to build a wall. He's going to Ann Coulter was complaining that he didn't build the wall, and I'm like, the dude was trying. Like, I really do think Trump was trying. I can respect she's mad that we didn't get the wall. And she said, only, hundreds of miles of fencing or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, he got triple layer bollard fencing in key areas. It's like, man, I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, it is lesser of two evils argument.
Yeah. I don't even know if I feel like feel it that way. Like, Trump is different from the lesser of two evils. Mitt Romney and Obama was the lesser of two evils. Trump is something outside the picture who's probably going to do a bunch of dumb stuff, but his ego won't let him let Americans down. Like, here's what I think. Trump's ego is massive, probably the biggest on the planet. And you can say it's a problem. He's also very arrogant. But this means he's also desperate for the love and admiration of the American people. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that right there matters. Biden doesn't give a crap at all. He knows people hate him, but the media is going to cover for him anyway, so he can abandon the American people to go fly to Ukraine. Trump, on the other hand, desperately wants people to love him. So much so he puts his name everywhere to make sure people know who he is. He's got daddy issues. But you can count on that for him to do what he can to make you say, I like you, Trump. And that's, hey, if it's narcissism at the root, but he's desperately trying to convince you that he's awesome, I'll take it. Because Biden certainly ain't doing it. He's leaving you to die.
I believed that about...
Facts. 100% facts. 100% facts. Trump actually cares. Joe has proven that he doesn't, which leads me to believe that Joe's not coming back in 24. Right? He can't be. There's no possible way he does. And he knows it. So he's just like, don't know. Don't care about East Palestine. Right? Kind of situation. I'm not coming back in 24, so it don't matter to me. Right? And unfortunately, Democrats know that they've created a stranglehold on the left. They have them right where they want them. And they know that most people on the left will either do two things. They will either vote for Democrats or they won't vote at all. Those two things are nothing. Vote Democrat, or don't vote at all. They know that third thing, vote Republican isn't even an option. So what's their incentive to give a crap about these people? There isn't one. They're going to come back anyway. How are they going to get them to come back, you ask? How are they going to get people to not sit at home, Rich? I'll tell you. Woke culture. Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris? That is how they stop option number 2 from happening. That's how they do it. Oh, look, guys. Joe's off in the sunset. We got much better things. Here. Take a look at this. We got a black woman, guys. Look, black woman. Don't you guys want the black woman? Don't be racist now. You guys, I know you guys want the black woman in office. No, don't forget about Joe. He's gone. Black woman, guys. Watch. The more that I see stuff like, the Palestine and Joe going overseas to go do that rather than go to East Palestine, the more that I see stuff like that happen, the more that I start to believe that thought right there. Joe already knows he's not coming back. So what's the point in caring? I'm not running again. Don't matter to me if y'all don't like me. As a matter of fact, cool. I'm going to do what I want. And I know the mainstream media is going to cover my butt. And I know we're going to get elected again because we've convinced y'all that woke culture is the best culture. And we've already got our candidate, Kamala or Michelle Obama. Black women. But what do y'all think? Shout out to Tim Cast and Tim Pool, of course. on that clip. Obviously, there's more to that clip, so if you guys want to go check it out, feel free. I'm sure you guys already watched Tim Pool anyway, but yeah. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.